My pulse thundered in my ears as I stood on the familiar porch of my own home, the cool night air doing nothing to calm the fire building inside me. The door was ajar just a sliver, and through it, my mother's eyes locked onto mine with zero warmth. "We thought you were in London," she said, her hand resting possessively on the brand new deadbolt she had no right to install. No apology, no explanation, just that cold stare. Behind her, laughter echoed from inside, my sister's, as if she owned the place. In that moment, betrayal hit me like a tidal wave, but beneath the shock, a plan began to form. They thought they could steal my life. They had no idea who they were dealing with. Over her shoulder, I saw Alice on my white sofa, drinking red wine with shoes on. "Alice lost her apartment," Mom said. "She needs this house more than you do. Go stay at a hotel." "Open the door, Mom," I said, low and warning. Wendy cracked it more, foot against frame. No guilt, just annoyance. "Keep your voice down," she hissed. "The twins are asleep in their room now." My stomach turned. "Mom, I live here." "She was evicted. Travis lost job. What were we supposed to do?" She stepped out, door clicked like gunshot. "We knew you were in London another week. Got them settled, enrolled Lucas in school. It's done." Tactical strike, fait accompli. They dared me to be the monster. "You used the spare key." "This is emergency. Look at this place. Wasteful for one." Alice in my robe inside. "I want them out." Her face to pity. "How can you be so cold? The babies feel safe. You'll look heartless." "I need to think." "We'll save plate." Locked door. I sat in car gripping wheel. My success was just resource for them. Went back. Wendy with lasagna, smug. "Knew you'd be sensible." "Not hungry. You're right, can't throw out." Relief. "But do it right. Alice as caretaker on payroll for insurance." Alice perked. "Health insurance?" "Yes, sign contract." Typed carefully, clauses for employment only. Printed. Alice signed quick. Greed. I signed. New codes. Flight in 3 hours. Left. Parked around corner. Hotel. App open. Alice rushing to door with mail. Shoved the stack of envelopes deep behind the cereal boxes, glancing over her shoulder like a thief hiding evidence. My breath caught. People don't hide bills like that. They hide threats. I zoomed in on the paused feed. The top envelope's return address glared back in stark black ink. Kruger and Vance, Attorneys at Law, Collections Division. My pulse quickened. This wasn't overdue cable. This was serious. I opened a new tab on my laptop, logged into the background check service authorized by Clause 15 of the very contract she'd just signed. The report loaded in seconds. 3 evictions in 4 years. Maxed credit cards in default. And there it was. An active civil lawsuit for $28,400 in unpaid rent and property damage, filed by Kruger and Vance. Alice hadn't just been evicted. She'd committed rental fraud, skipped out on court dates, and vanished to dodge service. Now she was hiding in my house, thinking the walls would protect her. On screen, she lit another cigarette, ash falling onto my quartz like dirty snow. The smoke detector chirped once. Warning. She waved it away lazily. The disrespect burned hotter than the cigarette tip. My living room already looked ransacked. Lucas's crayon streaks on the white walls, my books shoved aside for their ugly recliner, Wendy dragging furniture like she was redecorating her own palace. I turned up the audio feed. Alice was on the phone again, voice smug and careless. Yeah, she bought it completely. Signed the papers without blinking. Mom was right. Megan's such a sucker. Thinks I'm gonna maintain the HVAC? Please. This place is ours now. She owes us anyway. After all those years she acted too good to help. She laughed, sharp and mean. Hung up. Walked straight to the pantry, pulled the envelopes out again. Her face changed. Gone was the triumph, replaced by tight panic. She fanned them like cards she didn't want to play, eyes darting. One envelope had a bright red final notice stamp. Another was stamped urgent, legal action pending. I leaned closer to the screen. The hotel room suddenly too quiet except for the hum of the air conditioner. Every frame felt like evidence piling up. She thought she'd won a free mansion. She didn't know she'd walked into a glass cage with cameras rolling 24/7. My fingers moved before my mind finished the thought. I composed the termination email. Short, professional, lethal. Subject: termination of employment, immediate effect. Alice, pursuant to the caretaker agreement signed today, your employment is terminated effective immediately. All housing privileges and licenses to occupy the property are revoked. You have two hours to vacate the premises with your personal belongings only. Failure to comply will result in trespassing charges. Megan. I hit send. Then I logged into the smart home system. Internet disabled. Thermostat locked at 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Fridge sealed, child lock engaged. Door locks re-engaged, new codes only I knew. Alert lights pulsing red in every room, silent but insistent. On camera, Alice's phone buzzed. She glanced at it, frowned, then laughed out loud. Squatters' rights, bitch. Good luck evicting me. She had no idea. The house grew colder by the minute. Lucas whined from the hallway, rubbing his arms. Wendy appeared, confused. Why is it so freezing? Megan must have messed with the thermostat before she left. Alice waved it off. She's bluffing. She'll cave. But 10 minutes later, the pulsing red light started. Low, rhythmic flashes like emergency beacons. Wendy's voice rose. What the hell is that? Alice checked her phone again, my email now open. Her face drained of color. She fired me? Wendy snatched the phone, read, looked up, eyes wide. She can't do that. You live here now. She made me sign something, said it was for insurance. The panic spread like frost on the windows. Travis burst into the kitchen, hoodie half zipped, eyes wild. What's going on? The Wi-Fi's dead. I can't even load YouTube for the kids. Alice shoved the phone at him. She fired me. Says we have 2 hours to get out or she calls the cops for trespassing. Wendy's voice cracked. She can't do that. You signed for insurance, not this. She tricked me, Alice whispered, staring at the contract pages still on the island. Her fingers trembled as she flipped through them again, this time actually reading. Her eyes widened at clause 9C. Termination of employment results in immediate revocation of housing license. Clause 4A, housing provided strictly as a condition of employment. And worse, Clause 12, employee consents to 24/7 video monitoring in common areas. She looked up slowly, scanning the ceiling corners. Her gaze landed on the tiny black dome above the fridge, the one she'd never noticed. "There are cameras," she breathed. "She's been watching us." The room went still. Even the twins, sensing the shift, stopped whining and clung to Wendy's legs. Travis cursed under his breath. "We're screwed. If she's got video of me moving her stuff, of the cigarette burns, the walls—" "Shut up!" Alice snapped, but her voice shook. She grabbed her coat. "We pack what we can and go, now." Wendy blocked the hallway. "No, we fight this. Call a lawyer, squatters' rights. She can't just—" "Mom, there are cameras," Alice hissed. "Everything we've done is on tape. The smoking, the damage, the kids drawing on walls. She'll use it all." The pulsing red lights intensified, strobing like a silent alarm. The house felt alive, hostile. Temperature dropping fast, breath visible now in thin clouds. The fridge hummed once, then locked with an electronic click. No more midnight snacks. Lucas started crying. "It's cold, Grandma. I want my blanket." Wendy scooped him up, but her face was pale. "We'll take the kids to the van. Alice, grab their things." But Alice was already at the front door, yanking the handle. The new code didn't work. She pounded the panel. "It's locked from outside!" Panic rippled outward. Travis tried the back slider, same thing. Windows wouldn't budge. Smart locks had engaged everywhere. They were sealed in a freezing, monitored tomb. Alice's phone buzzed again. Another email from me. Additional notice. Pursuant to your signed authorization, Clause 15, a background check has been completed. Your active warrant equivalent civil summons for fraud and unpaid judgments has been forwarded to the appropriate authorities. A process server is en route with formal service of documents. Vacate immediately to avoid escalation. She dropped the phone like it burned her. Wendy read over her shoulder. You have a lawsuit?" Alice's voice was small. "It's old. They'll never find me here." "They just did," Travis muttered. Outside, headlights swept the driveway. A plain sedan pulled up. A man in a dark coat stepped out, clipboard in hand. He walked straight to the door and knocked, firm, official. Inside, silence shattered into chaos. Alice screamed at the door. "We're leaving! Just give us time!" The man's voice came muffled through the wood. "Alice P. Miller? You are being served with legal documents regarding case number 23-4567, Kruger and Vance versus Miller. Open the door or I will note non-cooperation." Wendy clutched the twins tighter. Lucas sobbed louder. Travis grabbed a duffel. "Screw this. We're going out the garage." They rushed that way, but the garage door wouldn't budge either. System override. Alice sank to the floor, back against the wall, staring at the red lights pulsing like heartbeats. She planned this. Every step. Wendy knelt beside her, tears now. We thought she'd never fight back." Outside, the process server waited exactly 10 more minutes, then scribbled on his clipboard and left. But the damage was done. Service by conspicuous posting and certified mail would follow. The lawsuit was live again, and now they had an address. One by one, they gathered what they could carry. No time for the recliner, the beds, the toys scattered everywhere. They left the front door unlocked when they finally escaped through a side window Travis pried open with a kitchen knife. I watched the last of them pile into the van, headlights cutting through the dark. Bags thrown haphazardly, doors slammed, tires squealed as they peeled away. The house fell silent. I waited another hour, just to be sure. Then I drove back. The porch light was still on, my light. I entered the new code. The door clicked open smoothly. Inside, chaos frozen in time. Crayon on walls, ash on counters, half-eaten food, abandoned shoes, but no people. I reset everything, changed codes again, called the cleaning service, emergency deep clean scheduled for dawn, blocked every number they'd ever used, forwarded the security footage to my lawyer with a single note, for the record. By morning, the house smelled of lemon cleaner instead of cigarette smoke and desperation. The walls would be repainted, the quartz polished, the cameras, still there, still watching, but now only for me. I sat on my reclaimed sofa, coffee in hand, staring at the empty living room. They thought my success made me soft, that guilt would keep me generous forever. They were wrong. The most powerful revenge isn't shouting or fighting. It's walking away and taking everything with you.